Hello everyone and welcome to an interesting video. So I'm going to do a deck overview real fast of something that I came up with earlier today, and then I'm going to go and see how maybe it runs overall. Probably not a good deck, and it's probably not something you should go for, but the idea spawned while we were casting the Fall Cup for Hand of the Gods today, me and Latigris. We were looking at the changes to Arachne, and I'm going to go ahead and mouse over that so you can just see it. At the end of your turn, spawn a Spiderling. She's 1/2 for 2 mana, but Spiderlings are now counted as beasts, and what went through my head was maybe we could see a beast Zeus. Maybe that would come through and maybe play relatively well. I don't know what the interaction's going to be with some of the other beasts. I don't know if maybe the hyena doesn't proc off of it. The hyena, whenever a friendly beast enters the battlefield, gain +1/+1. So in theory, an Arachne plus a hyena boosts a hyena at the end of every turn. Then with a Basilisk and the White Tigers, the Hydras coming in just to kind of give that little bit of extra oomph to the deck. The Baboon, just because I figured I needed one more big beast to kind of come into it. All of that works well together. And then I've kept some of the things that keep Zeus Zeus. Arachne is going to be a big one. Nemesis is coming in. I have one of her just to deal with some of the bigger threats. But the big one I think is going to make a change is that one of the issues with Beast Zeus is that his passive affects gods and only gods. And while I have some gods in this deck, a majority of it is going to be beasts. So the best way to me to get rid of that issue is to have Poseidon in there, have the Kraken instead, which gives you a little bit of damage on the board overall and allows you to play with some of these beasts. So we have Thanatos as well, an Enyo, a Medusa, Athena I threw in, as well as a Nike and Ares. And I threw in a Phantom Grasp, although I don't know if that's actually going to be a good card to have in there. This was mainly just to have some higher call cards to have some late game potential to come into it. But you'll notice it's lacking a Fire Giant, and it is lacking some of the Blade Masters. I didn't put any of those in. I'm kind of seeing how this works without them. If it doesn't, I might change some things up. I don't really need 2 Nikes, 2 Ares, and the Phantom Grasp, which means I could at least fit those 3 cards in there, drop 1 Nike, 1 Ares, 1 Phantom Grasp. So if this doesn't work out, I'm going to do it, but this is going to be my second Zeus deck, and we're going to go ahead and see how well it might work. I'm going to go into a casual game, and I'll go ahead and take this slice right here. I've gone through the cards with you. I've told you what the idea behind it is, and ideally, I will get to show you a successful deck. Oh wow, that was a fast cue. I might not actually cut that out then. So we're going to be up against PZ Stormy, who's going to be playing Zeus, as well as myself playing Zeus. This is going to be an interesting one. I don't know how well I'll fare against Zeus overall, but I think I can do well. And I actually really like having the Hyena and the White Tiger in my hand, as well as the Kraken and the Enyo, just to give me a little bit. And Enyo is actually going to be pretty helpful later on, I think, in getting aggressive, where I might not be able to get aggressive before then. Now he's decided his hand. We will begin the duel. It is really weird, I will say, after casting this game all day, having the summoning stones kind of flipped with me on the right side. Of course, that's now my friendly summoning stone, so it's in blue versus his, which is red. And we're actually going to have a pretty good start. He didn't have anything to do that turn, so I'm going to go ahead, throw my Hyena. I'm actually going to put it, I think, in the back to keep it safe and alive for a little bit while I get things rolling. Next turn, I'm going to play the White Tiger. It's going to be a 3/3. Or, depending on what I get, I'm going to maybe go immediately for the Arachne, throw her in the back, and just let her spawn Spiderlings. And if I get the Suku, it's going to go ahead. If I had drawn Arachne there, it would have been a big thing, but I'm going to play the White Tiger, make you a 3/3. I'm going to move him up 1, because my idea is still to buff him up before moving him in. But this Zeus not having anything is happy times and troublesome at the same time. Now, I've also noticed my deck is kind of lacking Chaos Spawns, so I don't have a lot of silences, which is going to be a little rough, I think, coming into it. We're actually going to have the Thanatos come through just for the Execute, which is a little rough, because I can't kill him as it is right now, and I don't have a target for him to go to. He can walk down to here, so I'm safe in this bottom right corner if I want to keep it there. But I don't know what I want to do to keep my Hyena alive, because 3/3, I don't really want to trade him out just yet, and I can't outrun the Thanatos. So I might have to hide from him. Maybe Mana Potion and Enyo here, just to get that out and get the spawn point, which I think is going to be my big play. So I'm going to Mana Potion. I'm going to throw the Enyo down right here. She's a 5/5, but I'm going to throw the flag down in the bottom left corner. Have 3 spawn spots, 2 of which are going to be right next to his summoning stone. which is going to allow me to kind of build up an army. Now, his Thanatos can either go face or go for Inyo. Either way, he's going to have to trade this out, or I'm going to have to trade it out. Next turn, I'll have 5 mana, and I'm okay trading Inyo in, because I'll give her +1/+1, depending on how this goes. Where is he trying to run? I can keep up with him. So, the glorious thing, the flag is in a good position that it's going to be very difficult. I do have Suku, who's going to have charge, which is very tempting, but I can't hit anything I want with her. So I think, what do I want to do here? This is a hard choice. So I'm definitely gonna kill Thanatos. I'm gonna get rid of him first. Inyo's gonna be Bae. Do that. Now this guy is going to gain a range, and he should hit her next turn, which will end up killing her. Or I'm going to... Do I want to waste the 5 damage? Is he that big of a threat to me? I kind of forgot I had the war flag already. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to throw this down. This guy gets really big really fast. I want to get rid of him as fast as possible. I'm going to start moving my hyena up a little bit. And I have board control. I maintain board control. That spawn point is going to be the most helpful thing over here. For turns coming up, next turn I can play this Nike. I'm a little upset. I think I want to take the Phantom Grasp out already, just because it's useful, it's nice, but it's only in certain scenarios that it's going to be good. And there's Arachne. So here's where things are going to be interesting. So I'm going to throw Arachne down in the back. I'm going to throw Nemesis here. I'm going to strip her. And I'm actually going to trade this out. I'm going to leave my hyena at 1 health, which is a little scary. And then I'm going to buff up my Nemesis to get some aggression. That came in, and it does work with the hyena, which is going to be very big. Those spiderlings are going to be, I think, my saving grace in this match. I think having to bring it in, it's a 1/1 beast. They aren't big, but hyena is going to get big off of it. And I kind of hope that this Zeus that I'm playing against, PZ Stormy, does not have anything to kind of handle it. He's going to throw out the Brontis. Usually a very good card to have in Zeus, by the way, just because Friendly God enters the battlefield. Friendly God usually gets buffed. So I'm going to pull my hyena back over here a little bit. I'm going to play my White Tiger down here. And I'm actually going to play my Poseidon right here. Because this is going to force either Brontis or Aphrodite to fight. And I did not realize he was melee, honestly. Came into that thinking that he was going to be a little bit bigger than he is, or a little bit better so far ranged, but that's no big deal. I got the Kraken. That was the goal. I can now hit this area, take down the Brontis, as well as cause some trouble down here. Brontis is probably going to take out that war flag, which is good because that means it's going to waste a turn of his. I'm going to start throwing spiderlings. I'm not sure who I want to attack the most right now. Could next turn Phantom Grasp and take the Aphrodite? It's kind of a waste of a Phantom Grasp, so I might not do that. And that's part of the reason you don't really see Phantom Grasp played. There's not a lot of great plays for it. But I have the combo I was looking for out. The Harpy. Enemy God. That's not an enemy god. That is an enemy god. So what I might end up doing is figuring out my life. So I can hit the Harpy and the Stone, which would bring them down to 4 health here to kill off, but then I don't have anyone to hit it exactly. I'm going to start moving my spiderlings up because they're just 1/1s. They aren't as important. I could take the Aphrodite, deal 3 damage, Kraken, and then run my White Tiger into it, which kind of sucks for the White Tiger, but it gets rid of the big body, and then I can still play something else. So I think... Oh, I won't be able to play something else. I actually don't have enough mana to do what I just said. I can either... this one's hard. I'm going to play you here. Where can you go now? You can go there, so I'm going to pull you back a unit. Keep you safe. You cannot hit him anymore. And then I'm going to go Harpy Face. Make sure it has some damage dealt to it, and I'm going to play Nike.
And I will grant you victory.
Beast is still spawning. 8/5 now is my hyena, so I'm going to be in a good position to start swinging it around. And while the Harpy's immune return damage, what I've done is set up a scenario where the Harpy's going to die. No matter what. This Harpy is not going to live very long because of that 2 damage. He can go for the Nike. He can kill Nike. But that keeps eyes off the Hyena, and that keeps my Nemesis going, where Nemesis can go and be a little aggressive. My Spiderlings haven't done much yet. I want to get rid of that Aphrodite before I go for the Brontus, just because of the scenario, because, I mean, protect 1. Spiderlings would literally just run and die to him. And the immune return damage here is the big thing. Where he throws this Harpy, he can kill something, and he won't take any damage from it. But I will kill him immediately. And actually, next turn, I'm going to play my Medusa and use her for the Brontus, because she's going to be ranged, and she's going to be able to turn him into stone, because Medusa's passive, all units, or transform all units that are not gods into stone. So he'll stay alive, but it's not going to be the best thing. And I might not even have to crack it next turn, which is going to be good for my mana cost, depending on what I draw. 3/3 in the back. Gonna have Brontus get a little bit bigger, which is getting a little scarier. And Nemesis is gonna take a little bit of damage. Now I got the Ares. That's gonna be big, I think, in the end. Gonna trade that one down, and the Nemesis, you can kill her. I'm gonna go for the kill on Hades with my Hyena. I'm gonna move my Spiderling forward just to be a body. Spawn my Medusa here.
Everyone feel
crack in here. And then my turn. That's going to get some damage down on that Stone Guardian. For those who don't know, it's a very big pain in the behind when it comes down, just because it does gain range as the game goes on, so it starts getting further and further. He's going to trade Afro out for my Hyena. That's a good choice, because Hyena's gotten huge and gotten a lot of profit for just a 3-mana card, 2-mana card even. Starts out as a 2/2. I got it to a 9/4 before it died, and I killed a few things with it, although I wish I had used it a little bit more. I could have gotten some damage down towards the end on the Summoning Stone. Didn't do so. And he's looking at potentially going for the kill onto the Spiderling. Not a bad call. Not exactly what I would say, because I wasn't planning on killing him with the Spiderling. I was just going to crack him next turn. I have 10 mana. And now that he's buffed that Aphrodite, I might want to take her away as well, but we'll see how that one goes. What I think I may also do... Ooh, this one's a tough choice. Do I go for the 5/5 Brontus, or do I go to the 6/6 Fury? Either one's going to be a really strong pickup. I have 2 Ares now, so I can really do both. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to do this. I think now the Fury is going to come and kill. Come over here. 2 damage down. Take out that Stone Guardian. I'm going to move this Spiderling up. I'm going to keep Arachne in the back, just because if I do get my other Hyena, I do want to be able to buff him up. But these Spiderlings coming out as often as they do, it's going to give me small damage. Range for range, we will have Afro end up living. And it looks like the Deicide came out just to kill that Ares. So this statue is stuck there. It's going to be a body blocker overall, and it looks like he's going to go ahead and hit it down. I'm not going to use an attack on it, I don't think. But him getting rid of my Medusa there does kind of tie my hands. I wish I'd kind of put her back here. I think she wouldn't have hit here, though, so she would have had to move forward. This is going to be the rough one. Now, I crack in him. That takes him down to 3. I Suku here, kill him. They trade out, and I get rid of one of those big bodies. And now I'm going to start running units into this Brontus, because while he is useful, helpful... I'm going to kill the statue. While he is useful and helpful, he is a big one that I want to get rid of. So we still have the Phantom Grasp, we still have the Ares in hand, and we still have a lot of potential. Phantom Grasp so far has been, I think, my biggest regret. The Silence just came through, Chaos Spawn, so now this Arachne is a 1/2, and I will simply run her forward. Not a lot of utility for her. I wish I'd kind of buffed her earlier on. That might have been a big misplay just for the grand scheme, but it does leave me in a good position to potentially fight a little. Now, he thinks he's saving this because I think he thinks I won't run Arachne into it. But Arachne's useless now, so I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the one that's big. He's buffed this so much that she's going to be mine now. I just want her. And does she have Summoning Sickness? I can't use her this turn, so what I'm going to do is smack these boys with some 2 damage. And now I have a 6/5 Aphrodite on the board without having to do much except spend 7 mana, as well as a Kraken. Alright, now the question is, what is he going to do? It's going to be a buffed boy back there. I'm going to kill him off. Trade 1 for 1, God for God. That's not my God. I'm not a big deal. I'm going to throw Baboon, not Bandoon, back there. In my turn. Guard on my Summoning Stone. His is at 17. This is probably not a good showcase for this deck, but it is working kind of how I anticipated it would. I'm wondering how that will be later on. So I'm gonna move him here, swing at her for 3, and then if I crack in here, does that hit my Summoning Stone? Well, I can just... Nope. Can I aim right? Nope. Does not hit me. Okay, well that's good news. That's great news actually. Hydra can't take more than 1 damage from a single target anyway. So Athena here, while he can buff her, has to die and can't kill everything. But if he has a Chaos Spawn in his hand, then ultimately he will be able to come through and silence something. But I don't see him silencing the Baboon. It'd be the Hydra. Leonard the Hydra, as we've named him if you watch the cast. Also can be referred to as Ernie. Just names, because Lernian is not the easiest word to pronounce, and I'm not even sure if I'm pronouncing it correctly then. So, this is stunned currently, which is, I think is an issue for me. I kind of want to stun his, maybe play my Ares, pull his Ares. It's stunned. I'll do 2 damage to the Summoning Stone. So I have 7 cards left in my deck. 2 damage, it only takes 1. 1 is a Hyena, 2 are Basilisks. It's kind of rough I didn't get the Basilisk, but it looks like he's going to go ahead and surrender. I guess he just didn't have a response to the Ares and the Hydra. And when that comes through, it's one of those things. It's a small play overall, but it's going to give me level 5 Zeus. Maybe the deck works, maybe it doesn't. I'll probably do some more videos testing this one out. But if you liked it, go ahead and leave a like down in the bottom. Tell me whether or not this is a smart deck. I personally don't actually think it's that great. I think there's a lot of ability to improve on it, but we never know. And the main one, I think, is Phantom Grasp. Although it did a good job for me here, specifically against another Zeus. We'll just have to see how that goes in the future. But that's going to be it for this video. Nice 18, 19 minutes-ish going in. So thanks everyone for watching. And maybe you can try it. I showed you the deck at the beginning. Just go pause it and you'll be able to see it. But if you want to, go for it. If you don't, I absolutely do not blame you, because it's kind of a ridiculous concept in the first place. But that'll be it for this video, and I'll talk to you next time.